Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Yo Antah Pravishya Mama Vacham Imam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakhila Shakti Dharasvadhamna अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् समचरणसरोजम् सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभम् जघननिहितपाणिम् मण्डनम् मण्डनानाम् तरुणतुलसीमाला कन्धरम् कञ्जनेत्रम् सदयधवलहासम् विठ्ठलम् चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलम् चिन्तयामि. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Eknathi Bhagawat session. A very happy Krishna Janmashtami to each one of you. May Krishna, the Vithala, show himself in our hearts and handhold us and keep us steadfast on the path. We are in chapter 5 and we have finished first 120 Ovis. We are going to start from 121 today. These people think that those who are simply mad take sannyas, and because they do not obey the God's arrangement, God punishes them and makes them beg from door to door. 122. They say, such people who leave their wives, give up all kinds of household duties, and go out as monks are really cursed by the woman, and therefore they do not get enough food. 123. This is their actual punishment. They have to shave their face and head. They have to wear saffron-colored cloth. All this tragedy is because of the curses given by the woman. 124. They take clay in their hands and try to clean their anus and take dips in cold water thrice a day. This punishment is also due to curses of women. 125. They are made to tie a slip of cloth as underwear and given a begging bag under their arms. All this is due to the curses of women. 126. These people further say, these sannyasis do not know that there is no happiness equal to sex and there is no sin as great as leaving women. And therefore, these sannyasis have punished themselves in the act of renunciation. 127. They say, all other pleasures create worries in the wake of the enjoyment, unlike the sexual pleasure. Those who are fortunate get varieties of experience of pleasures in the company of women. 128. To be able to get pleasure continuously is the real benediction of God, and to give up enjoyments is in a way anger of God. 129. They say that it is wrong in itself to believe that we will eventually be able to achieve freedom by rejecting the actually available pleasures, and the Vedantic philosophy of renunciation has maddened and deceived simple people. 130. Having such discussions among themselves, they pray, O Govinda, please do not let us think that this renunciation is right. 131. They say, there is better to meet death than by throwing away everything we possess and begging from door to door. Liberation is not seen by anybody, but the present miserable life is evident to the entire world. 132. We could have accepted that there is such a thing as liberation if it was seen or heard to have been achieved by somebody and verified to be actually existing. But as we have not got any such evidence, we must say that it is futile to renounce everything and be a monk. 133. They deride renunciation in this way and continuously propagate to enjoy in life. And even their blessings are for happy, pleasurable, and prosperous life, etc. 134. They give the highest place to the sexual enjoyment and continue to live in slavery to women, thinking of women while awake, while dreaming, and even while they sleep. 131. They never worship the Guru. They do not pay respects to the elders. They never give food to the visitor at their home and remain totally under the thumb of the woman. 136. They take care not to hurt the feelings of their wife, but always obey her wishes and worship her at all times with total respect. 137. They never look at the family deity, never observe family rituals. They have no respect for their parents or preceptors. By giving all the money to the wife, they remain subservient to her. 138. Such people set about performing rituals and yajnas with hypocrisy in order to earn more money and to be able to enjoy pleasures with the woman and money. Commentary on the second line of the verse is as follows. 139. They have no real desire to attain full occult powers through these sacrificial rituals, but look forward only to get enough money to subsist for time being. 140. Such a man starts to put oblations in the fire only with the thought that he will have honor and prestige in society, and as soon as he takes the initiation for performance, he'll be respected by persons in high social position, and he'll be foremost among the righteous people. 141. In his mind, he forms all such thoughts of earning money and fame before even starting these ceremonies. And while he is actually offering oblations, he has a firm determination to amass wealth through that action. 142. He is not particular about the sequence and technique. He has no interest in the proper pronunciation of the words of mantras, and he even offers to not the boiled grains but only dry grains in the fire. 143. He starts to tell each and everybody that he is going to perform such and such a yajna and collects money by which he earns his livelihood. 144. Such hypocrites do not know the proper procedure of yajna and never consult the experts. They are eager only to kill the beast. They are so cruel, cunning, and hypocrite. 145. They eat the flesh of the slain beast, which is left after offerings to the fire, and proudly announce that they are very pure, blameless. They are very pure, blameless. 146. When there is neither invocation of the deity nor the restoration of the deity towards divine abode, what meaning is there to the ritual and dakshina? They are so boastful of the knowledge that they ridicule and disrespect the really honorable persons. 147. They boast of their rituals, though they perform these actions only to justify the killing of the goat which they want to eat. 148. They never think that they're committing sin while they kill the beast most cruelly. Shriya vibhutyaabhijaneena vidyaya tyagena rupena balena karmana jatasmayenandhadhiyas saheshwara sato vamanyanti haripriyankalaha. Meaning of the verse. Blinded with pride born out of their wealth and power, pedigree and learning, generosity, comeliness of form, physical strength and action, those wicked men despise not only the saints who are beloved of Sri Hari, but they despise the God himself. 149. Those things go on and on. If they get plenty of money, then that person is proud as an elephant and walks with an affected manner. 150. Just as a stream of water which is in spate takes away dry wood or excreta, or just as a monkey may become drunk. 141. He begins to dance with tremendous energy, thinking that he is the man of learning and there is nobody erudite and sophisticated as he is. 152. If his belongings are supplemented by plenty of pearls, gems, diamonds, gold, etc., and he has elephants, horses, carriages, and palkis at his door, he's so puffed up that he is ready to kick the king of gods, the Lord Indra. 153. He says, How can that Indra be greater than we? While he is waiting eagerly for receiving the offerings, we give in sacrifice. 144, 154. When he has multitude of disciples, his servants, well-wishers, relatives, who love him for money only, he is out of his mind by pride and inwardly holds himself to be the greatest in the world and behaves arrogantly. 155. When he looks at his disciples who are gathering around him as a bed of grass around a thorny plant, he's so sullen and swollen in his head that he thinks the poles are also below him. 156. Just as a scorpion proudly totes its sting of fatal poison, which is a small thing, he shows off his little skill or word of knowledge. 157. Just as the firefly shows its little point of light only in the darkness, he begins to float proudly in the waters full of ignorant people. 158. Just as an ant, which has little wings, tries to fly higher than the eagle, similarly, this man of little knowledge becomes so proud of his achievements that he does not have any respect for Brahaspati, the guru of Devas. 159. He gives to a poor man 1 or 2 copper coins and thinks himself to be more generous than the king Bali. 160. He says, people call Karna as the most generous person, but he cannot stand a comparison with us. Karna was getting nearly 10,000 grams of gold every day freely without doing anything, and therefore he could give generously. 161. On the other hand, we earn money by our own hard work, and out of that we give to a worthy man sometimes, according to the need. Therefore, what special merit is there in the generosity of Karna, which is considered by people as greater than ours? 162. This man is generally doing bad deeds, but did I put it? Yeah. Generally doing bad deeds, but by chance sometimes a good deed happens. But on that basis, he creates a grand self-image, flatters himself, and loses even that little merit. 163. This man shows off his charitable disposition on that flimsy basis and thunders like a cloud about it. 164. He thinks himself to be the most beautiful man in the world and that there is no equal to him. Thus he laughs at Cupid. 165. Example. A crow thinks in his mind that he is better looking than the swan, or the female bear lives in her fantasy that she is surpassing Sita in beauty. 166. This man is so out of his senses about his beauty that he becomes wild as he buffalo, who becomes mad as soon as he sees green pasture. 167. Now, suppose this man is lucky enough to perform some brave feat. He considers that all the 3 Ramas, Sri Ram, Parshuram, and Balaram, are nothing than the Prince Uttara who exhibited his bravery against Kauravas. 168. Or, as a wild bear does not take into reckoning any other animal because of his tremendous brute force, he is always boasting of his achievement and strength. 169. Such people call themselves wise, and after performing the yajnas, they become popular. Thus, people are charmed by the performances. 170. When they meet a rich person, they describe their own prowess in the matter of yajnas, and in order to impress the visitors, they cunningly give demonstrations of the yogic mudras, postures, etc. 171. Even in such a fictitious ritual, there is very great pride about their knowledge, and just as an owl makes noise in the dark while flying out of its nest, they show off their little knowledge among the ignorant people. 172. If the excreta of sheep is burning, there is only smoke spreading everywhere, but there is no flame. 173. They perform rituals with selfish motive and hypocrisy, due to which the intellect becomes blind. They deride the sages and even the gods like Hari and Hara. 174. Just as one sees everything yellow and one is oneself yellow by appearance, 175. Similarly, by always finding faults with others and by pride, their intellect becomes dull and they start degrading those who are really good, blameless people. 176. They say, the Lord Shankara, who is called Durjati, is also not of clean habits and good moral character. 177. Uma jumped into sacrificial pit because she was angry and getting himself very angry due to that. He killed Daksha, who was performing the sacrifice. And on that occasion, he was so blind by sexual desire that he became naked and ran to catch Mohini. 178. Vishnu is always debaucherous. There is nothing good in his character. Vrinda was very devoted wife of clean character, but he despoiled her. 179. And sages with their long hair assemble with devotion in Vrindavan, where that immoral Vishnu resides. How can they be called sages? 180. If we want to say that Sanat Kumaras are really good, they were also angry in Vaikuntha and cursed the gods of Vaikuntha, namely Jaya and Vijaya, because they performed their duty. 181. If we want to praise the Lord Brahma, he is also shameless. When he saw the beautiful bride Parvati in her marriage ceremony, he was so maddened by desire that his semen was ejaculated automatically. 182. Narad, who is famous for his bachelorhood, was also attracted to the wives of Lord Sri Krishna and requested him to give one wife to him. The Lord also deceived him. While Narada was bathing in river, he became a woman and gave birth to 60 sons. 183. Yudhishthira is called Dharma because he was very religious. He committed the great sin of killing his own kith and kin. 184. Vyas is the offspring of a woman of loose character, and Parashara is also bad character because he took intercourse illegitimately with a fisherwoman. We need not go into the details about hard jealousy and enmity between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. 185. If we call Durvasa as a sage, he had intentionally gone to harass to devotee Ambarisha. Prahlada cannot be called a pious man because he committed the sin of disobeying his own father. 186. Thus, these people criticize all the sages who are praised in the mythological books. What wonder is there if they say that there is no good person at all, even now? 187. They say people listen to some so-called miraculous happenings and run after them, one following the other blindly. Some talk about great imaginary things just to fill their belly. 188. They say some sit quietly and take peculiar postures. Some sit meditating like the cunning cranes. But there is not a single sadhu whom we should appreciate. 189. Thus, these people derive all the sadhus intentionally. It does not seem true to them that actually there are good people in the world. 190. When an ugly man is shown a mirror, he gets disturbed. Similarly, these people hate all the devotees who are dear to the Lord Hari. 191. They do not accept the Almighty to be all-powerful, by whose power they are living. Now I shall tell you the qualities and greatness of that Almighty God. I think we can pause over here for today, and we'll see if we are having tomorrow, otherwise on Thursday, instead travel. Wow. My God, it was very torturous to read. Head was spinning, and but people. So Maharajji has brought out that there are people who think like this and talk like this. So even we don't have those thoughts, but to read what Maharajji has written was so painful. But it is not a surprise because there are people who say like that. And when there are TV debates, these arguments come and they talk. Your God is like this. Your saint is like this. There was some movie that Amir Khan had made. Shivji put in the bathroom locked and laughed about our gods. And we all schools, we also watched that movie and laughed, saying that it's a comedy movie. So we are only the ones to blame because we go and pay and make them superstars and watch such movies. And that same language has come over here. Same criticism. This book is written how many centuries ago? What we see now, I felt while reading, the tongue is not turning to read, especially when we talk about Vishnu and like that bit, because people talk like that. Maharaji has not said simply. Saints will not say simply. There are people. So he is distinguishing how atheists, how non-believers, how only people who just want to criticize for the sake of criticizing, criticize. If anybody else has any thoughts, please. While reading, I marked some 155, 156, 157 when those examples came, like a scorpion, like a firefly, and like an ant. I felt these were very good examples to hold on to, that how people boast and which kind of people boast and how real people actually keep calm and quiet. Anybody has any thoughts, please share.
It's more like Daivasura Sampati, chapter 16.
Yes,
All
excellent.
Rakshasi Pravritti and
Yes.
Rakshasi Guna.
Yes, Pushpaji, you said it. You just nailed it.
All these verses kind of, I felt they were in the 16th chapter.
Yes, exactly. Wow, that was a quick synopsis of the whole thing that we read today. Bapre, it was like God. Anybody has any other thoughts? Pause for today. Whether we have tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think I should be back by that time because it's really at 7:15. I should be back. Most probably tomorrow, this session will be there. 5:30 session is there or not at all. I'll confirm. Going on suburbs. So before I travel on Wednesday.
You went to the temple today, Varsha?
No, I was in Ernakulam airport side and all. I just came before class on time, speeding up my car. Okay. Let us end today's session. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, Ushaji.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.